And the next question we are going to solve is the fourth one. What are the quarterly trends based on sales volume for the top 5 EV maker for 4-wheelers from 2022 to 2024? They are asking us to find the top 5 EV makers quarterly trends based on the sales volume. Sales volume is the measure we created, the total EV sales per makers. Rename the page into makers analysis. And now we don't need this matrix anymore, so click it and remove it, and click the ribbon chart and add the quarter in the x-axis and add or measure in the y-axis, and then add the maker in the legend. They ask us to only show the top 5, right? So click the visual and go to the filter, and for makers click the basic filtering and convert it into top 10 and select the top 5 and enter 5, and it will ask us to by what value do you want to filter down. Obviously the measure we created, so drag and drop the measure in the by value and apply filter. And now we have got our top 5 EV makers on a quarterly basis by the sales volume. And click the visual and click the format here and go to title and rename the title into quarterly trends based on sales volume for the top 5 EV makers, and go to the x-axis and turn off the values. Go to the x-axis and turn off the title, and then go to the y-axis and turn off the values and also the title, and then down you see the total labels. Turn it on, and down there you will see display unit. It will in auto, so click it and set the set 1000, and if you click the focus mode you can see the bigger picture. So what's a ribbon chart? It's like a line chart but more powerful for comparisons. It not only shows the sales trend over time like quarters, but also highlights which maker is leading in each time period by placing them on up with the colored ribbon. The width of the ribbon shows how big the difference is between makers. It is a great visual when you want to show rank changes over time, who is going up or down, and where the competition stands. So instead of just looking at numbers, you can literally see the race between the brands. So click back to report, and you can also dig deeper by selecting the fiscal years for 2022 and 2023 and so on. You can also filter the data based on the vehicle category like 4-wheelers and also 2-wheelers. Here in the visualization, the quarters are in the descending format. So click the visual and the 3 dots and click sort axis and sort it in the ascending order. And that's it for this question. And now we can move to the next one. But before that, I am going to create a 2 new measure. I am going to sum up the electric vehicle sold and total vehicle sold column in the state table. So go to key measure and click the 3 dot and click new measure and name it as total EV sales per state. Because we are going to sum up the electric vehicle column in the state table, right? So click equal and use the sum formula, and the column we need to sum is the electric vehicles sold from the state table, and close the bracket and click enter. And the next measure I'm going to create is the total sales per state. Which is the combination of both electric and non-electric vehicle. and close the bracket and click enter. And now we have got our two new measures. Now I'm going to create a new dimension table for vehicle category. I will tell why later. First we will build it. Click enter data, and by that we can create a static table and name the column as vehicle category. And the first row is two-wheeler, right? The second row is four-wheelers. And name the table as dimension vehicle category. Control C and Control V and click load. Whenever you create a new table, you need to build the data model. Go to model view and see Power BI will automatically build the data model, but it's good to build it on your own. Sometimes it may make mistakes. Drag and drop the vehicle category from the dimension table and drop it in the vehicle category on the fact table. And now it shows us one-to-many relationship. That is what we want. Do you remember that for this slicer we have used the vehicle category from the fact table? It is good to use it from the dimension table. I will tell you why. Now, instead of using the vehicle category column directly from the fact table as a slicer, I have created a separate dimension table called dim vehicle category. Let me explain why. Using columns directly from the fact table might work, but it is not a good practice, especially as your data model grows. When we build a slicer from a dimension table, it creates a cleaner model with fewer repeated values. It also improves performance because a slicer interacts with a smaller table. Most importantly, it follows star schema modeling, which is the industry standard in Power BI. In dimension vehicle category, I just have two rows, two wheelers and four wheelers. That's it. No duplicates, no extra noise. Now, this dimension table connects to our fact table using a relationship. And when we apply the slicer, it filters the data accurately and efficiently. So always remember, if a column is used for filtering or slicing, put it in a dimension table, not directly in the fact.